He was on the far end of the camper going to put it on, and I really can't even picture what happened. The way he fell, it looks like the ladder just closed up underneath him and slammed his head back onto the concrete slab here.
It was this past Memorial Day when Lisa Turner's life would change instantly. Her husband, Scott, simply trying to put the cover back on the camper, fell off a ladder. He was rushed to Royal Oak Beaumont, and they had no idea when this husband, father, and teacher would wake up again.
Oh, it was horrible because he was unconscious. I couldn't even tell if he had a pulse, like nothing. So he had a severe traumatic brain injury. He fell back and hit the back of his head, and then he hit his head so hard that his brain swooshed up to the front of his head, and that's actually where the majority of the damage was, in his left frontal lobe.
Scott was eventually taken in for emergency surgery. He spent 10 days on a ventilator, 14 days in a coma.
The whole time that he was at Beaumont Hospital, we didn't know if he was going to be able to walk, what his memory was going to be like, you know, if he was going to be verbal. I mean, there were so many unknowns.
Lisa says her husband simply had too much to live for, his 3 beautiful children, along with his special education students that he teaches at Oak Park High School. And when he showed signs of life, giving that thumbs up, it was time for him to relearn how to live.
So this is Scott with the sitter that he had at the hospital because he was unable to be left alone, and he had so much anxiety that all he wanted to do was walk, and there were days that they walked for 4 hours back and forth in the hallway. And even when he woke up, he didn't know who I was, he didn't know who the children were. It was horrific. He didn't know who his identical twin brother was.
Scott's road to recovery, slow and steady. His memories started coming back, and those first few hugs from his 6, 4, and 2-year-old were priceless.
It's been my #1 priority. I mean, that's why I was so thankful to have family, to be able to take care of the kids so that I could be there in the hospital with him and advocate for him and make sure he got the best care, because it is so important to our whole family that he makes the fullest recovery possible.
And this is where you come in. Scott's therapies and doctor's appointments happening multiple times a week. Lisa took a year non-paid sabbatical from her job at Ford Motor Company to be by her husband's side. With medical expenses going out, no money's coming in. And the Turner family hopes you join them on Tuesday for their fundraiser.
At 3 Blind Mice Irish Pub in downtown Mount Clemens. It's a spaghetti buffet with salad and bread, $20 per adult and $5 suggested donation per child. So these are some flyers that friends of ours designed and that a gracious UPS store at Maple and Telegraph printed for us for free.
And these you were passing out to businesses, this little story right here?
Yeah, this was just asking for donations for our fundraiser on Tuesday and telling a little bit about our story and some links to our pages. Cash, credit card, check accepted at the door. We're not pre-selling tickets. You can just show up, and the buffet is going to be open all night, and the raffles are going to be open all night.
And thanks to a good old-fashioned game of sorry.
Hey, Molly, you go backwards or forwards?
Are you winning again?
She wins every time.
Oh, you got it too.
Oh, I got it too.
You can see that Scott is making a tremendous recovery, but that recovery is day by day. This family considers themselves Turner Tough, and they hope you'll be a part of that progress and join them on Tuesday.
So the slogan came from the fact that my husband is tough. He's always been a fighter. He's been a survivor. He's been injured pretty severely before in the past and has come through on top because he's so tenacious and dedicated and determined. And so that's where we came up with Turner Tough from. I just knew that he was going to make it through this.